An Unbreakable Bond, written by Mary Wood, read by Annie Aldington. Author's note: the use of the word Mongol. Mongolism was the medical term for Down syndrome during the historical period in which this book is set. At that time, people born with this condition were known to the profession as Mongoloids, or Mongols for short. This term is now considered an insult, but for authenticity I use the expression in this book. I do not intend to use the term in a derogatory way. Just as they are today, Down syndrome children were very much loved and cared for by their family and immediate neighbours, but all of these people would use the word Mongol then, as they knew no other. Like today, there were ignorant and hurtful people who would call names and cause problems. There are two characters of this ilk in this book. Their ways and their use of language are not mine, and they depict the worst of our society, then and today. I do hope no one is offended by my use of the term Mongol. As soon as medical science discovered the real cause of the condition, it became obsolete. And rightly so. Part 1. Innocence Lost, 1913. Chapter 1. One door of life closes. Megan and Hattie's footsteps echoed as they walked down the draughty stone-walled corridor towards the Reverend Mother's office. Within feet of it, Megan paused and motioned Hattie towards the internal window. Using this as a mirror, they checked their appearances, making sure their grey serge frocks were crease-free and their stiff white collars immaculate. With shaking hands, Megan tried to tuck the stray, unruly locks of her auburn hair under a mob cap. As soon as she tamed one curl, another escaped. Hattie giggled at her attempts. Megan made a face at her. "It's all right for you." Hattie's smooth dark hair always looked neat, for next to no effort. Giving up the battle, Megan knocked on the door. "Enter!" Reverend Mother's tone cracked Megan's already frayed nerves. Hattie squeezed her hand. The moment she placed her foot on the carpet and smelt the wax polish, the small comfort of Hattie's gesture dissolved. The stark contrast to the cold flagstone floors and the stench of carbolic soap and boiled cabbage of the quarters they shared with other born of sin and orphan children increased her sense of foreboding. As they waited to be acknowledged, Megan's eyes fixed on the butterfly wings of stiff white linen cascading from each side of the Reverend Mother's bent head. The sudden lifting of the head made her jump. She tugged Hattie's frock, bringing her attention back from looking around the room in awe. "Well, Megan Tatler and Hattie Frampton, you are now 13 years of age and you are to leave us. And I don't have to ask to know how pleased you both are, do I?" Neither of them answered, but Megan thought that if she were to, it wouldn't be to say she was pleased. Not altogether pleased, as both she and Hattie were deeply saddened at the thought of being separated. "Hattie, you go later today, I understand, and Megan, you are to leave tomorrow." The Reverend Mother's eyes, shrouded by a brow that was squashed into a bulge by her veil, darted between them. A pinched smile crossed her face as she continued. "Now, Hattie, I see you have a very fitting placement as a scullery maid in the household of Lord Marley's country residence. Very good. Are you prepared?" "Yes, Reverend Mother, but—" "No buts, Hattie. Lord Marley is one of our benefactors, and has given many of our girls a good start in life by providing them with jobs. It's up to you to make something of yourself." "Yes, Reverend Mother." "Good. So, Megan, it seems to me you think you can take up a placement far above your station. It is unheard of, someone of such low status becoming an apprentice seamstress." The insult, and the look that went with it, froze Megan's hopes. "However, Sister Bernadette has..."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?